Hi everybody, I'm Mike McCrory and this is Would You Make It? Today's day 5 of the Busy Board project, and this is going to be a challenging day because of the amount of work. I need to finish the assembly of the stand for the Busy Board. I need to do some glue ups, and I need to install some of the components that are going to be part of the Busy Board. A lot of work to do, so let's get started. As usual, I will start by installing a few components on the front of the Busy Board. I'll start with some wire nuts. Each one is a different size and a different color, and I think that will be very educational to learn about shapes and sizes and colors. I'm using a series of drill bits. Each one is increasing in size as I move up the ladder to accommodate the different sizes of the wire nuts. I'll just use a little dab of epoxy in each of the recesses that I've drilled. And then I'll attach the ladder with a little bit of epoxy as well. And now with a little bit of epoxy on the back of the door latch, I'll just stick that in place. Now at the router table, I have a 1/4 inch round over bit installed, and I'm going to round over all of the edges of the handle, both the handle piece and the side pieces that hold it in place. And then I'll round over the edge of the frame as well. I'm using 1/4 inch dowel in the handle to connect everything together. So what I'm doing now is cutting some short pieces of 5/8 inch dowel to serve as the caps for the 1/4 inch dowels. And now with the drill press, I'm drilling a 1/4 inch hole into the center of each of the caps, and I'm going down only about 1/8 of an inch. And now in each end of the frame, I'm drilling a 1/4 inch hole at the points where the side arms are going to attach to the frame. And I'll drill the hole on the other end as well at the same position. Now I'm back at the front of the Busy Board, and I'm going to install the other door. This is a door that's going to open up, and there will be a photo behind it. And I realized while I was drilling these holes that I need to get a new drill bit that's a little bit sharper. It was a little bit tough drilling those holes. I drill small holes into the wood, and then I use a gimlet to make sure that it's easy enough for the screws to screw into the wood. And then I'll repeat the process for the latch to screw it into place. Now I'm installing a couple of wall plates for what turned out to be telephone jacks. Originally I thought these were data jacks, the RJ45 style, and I had a nice RJ45 cable that I was going to plug into this, right length and the right color. So I will have to make sure I go out and get a short telephone cable for that. And now I'm installing these oak knobs that my father had made many, many years ago, and a brass doorknob. Unfortunately, I didn't have the camera positioned correctly, but what I did is I used a little 1/4-inch dowel to slide into the bottom of the doorknob, and that way the doorknob is turnable. And now I'm installing one of those spring door stops that kids love to make noise with. It brings back memories of my childhood when I used to play with one of these in our bathroom. And now I'm back at the stand and I'm going to put everything together. So I'm going to start by inserting the dowels into the side arms, and you can see the cap on the end of the dowel now. Now I've got two little blocks of wood, and I'm drilling a 1/4-inch hole into the same position on each of the blocks. And then I'll take these back to the bottom of the stand, or bottom of the frame, and I'll glue those in place. And then this little cross brace is going to fit in there with the dowel. And then the other end will attach to the foot of the stand and will be held in place with another dowel. After marking the position on the other end of the cross brace, now I'm drilling another 1/4-inch hole into that end. And similarly, I'm drilling a 1/4-inch hole into the foot of the stand so that the dowel can be inserted into it. And now I'll do a quick test fit to make sure that everything lines up, everything fits, and that the stand itself, that the busy board itself is at the right angle. And now I'm cutting a slot into the back panel of the busy board so that the cross brace of the stand can fit inside the busy board when it's folded up. And now I'll test it one last time before I glue the cross brace into place. Now I have to get the glue into the 1/4-inch holes for the dowels, so I'm going to use a syringe with a little bit of wood glue and just squirt a little bit in. And then the last thing is to just glue in the dowel for the cross brace to hold it in place. And I just need to be careful that I get glue only into the holes in the blocks. Well, that's it for day 5, and the stand is finished. Tomorrow I'm going to install the LED lights, get everything else screwed in place, and then Leo is coming over for my wife and me to babysit. So I'm really looking forward to that, and that'll be the completion of this project. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please click on the like button. And if you have not already subscribed, it would mean a lot to me if you would click on the subscribe button as well. I have a lot of videos coming for the remainder of this year. See you tomorrow for the final episode of this series.